Welcome to TPM Vid's Disney Beat, where we talk about all things Disney. If you're new to the channel and like what you see, hit that subscribe button and click the bell icon to be notified when we upload a new video. You can also find us on all your favorite social media platforms. We're officially a quarter of the way through 2025, and there is a lot to catch you up on at Walt Disney World and Disneyland. From exciting details revealed for upcoming new rides, opening dates, Disneyland's 70th anniversary, the new nighttime parade at Magic Kingdom, construction updates, new ride refurbishments, and more, there is a lot to discuss. So sit back as we count down 10 new attractions, updates, and changes at the Disney theme parks. Number 10. Over at Disney California Adventure, ground has already been broken on the Avengers Campus expansion. On Google Earth, you can see where they've already cleared the land, and eventually this will be home to two brand new rides. The first is Avengers Infinity Defense, which is the new e-ticket attraction. Now, what we already know about the ride is that it's going to take us into the multiverse. We're going to team up with the Avengers to take on King Thanos and his army. We'll work together to protect many iconic locations like Asgard, Wakanda, and even New York City. All of these new animations were shared at South by Southwest, and we can confirm that this will in fact be the same ride system used for the Peter Pan ride in Tokyo. This 3D attraction will use large-scale physical sets and integrate it with immersive media. In the latest episode of We Call It Imagineering on YouTube, Disney shared a small peek into some of the scale mock-ups that Imagineers are using to test the tech. It gives you an idea of how the ride vehicle will interact with the sets and the screens. They even shared this shot, which appears to be the moment we enter into the multiverse. I feel like in terms of the ride experience, this will follow closely to the tone and feel of Transformers at Universal. Now, there has been no official opening timeline for Avengers Infinity Defense, but Disney has also shared more details on the second ride in the expansion. Number 9. Next to Avengers Infinity Defense is Stark Flight Lab, and at South by Southwest, Disney released the full animation of the ride experience. Now, usually Disney tries to conceal the technology that creates the magic for their rides and attractions, but here they are totally celebrating it. Stark Flight Lab is where Tony Stark and the other Avengers invent, develop, and test the technology they need to protect our world. Riders will sit in these two-person pods, which Disney is calling the Gyrokinetic Pod, and they'll begin their journey. In the latest episode of We Call It Imagineering, Disney shared a peek into the actual ride system being used, which essentially is two separate ride systems. The first uses linear synchronous motors, which allow the ride vehicle to move around the track. Once they're deployed to the test station, a robotic arm then grabs the pod and lifts it off the chassis. Then it's time for the simulated flight mission.
To achieve this, we brought in some dancers and choreographers into our studio to help us imagine how this kind of line of robots could come to life.
Essentially, these 12 KUKA arms will perform this synchronized robotic dance, whirling you around from side to side and upside down. Based on these tests, the experience appears to be pretty intense, and it's just something different and unique. It's a great example of how to create a thrilling supplementary ride that's not your typical off-the-shelf flat ride. Plus, it looks pretty cool. I think Stark Flight Lab will complement the ride lineup in Avengers Campus really well, don't you think? Now, in order to facilitate construction on both the new attractions, Disney will have to close the Avengers Assemble stunt show. The new buildings for the expansion will be connected to Avengers headquarters, so April 5th will be the very last day to experience the Avengers Assemble stunt show. Number 8. We know that Muppet Courtyard is being transformed into a mini Monsters Inc. land. This piece of concept art gives you an idea of what the land is going to look like. Muppet Vision 3D will be replaced with a new theater show. There's a Harryhausen's restaurant replacing Mama Melrose, and the back of the land will be home to the infamous door coaster. One of the best parts of the film was that huge door warehouse, and this new coaster will take us right in there. The door coaster will be the first suspended roller coaster in any Disney theme park, and it's gonna be exactly like the movie. This model that was on display at D23 gives us an idea of the layout, but at South by Southwest, Disney released an animation of the loading station. So we're gonna load on ground level, and then just like the film, our door is lifted up into the warehouse. It appears this is gonna be a dual loading station, and then each station will be able to load 2 separate trains. So for the entire time you're in here, you'll just be seeing tracks rise, then lower. The kinetics in here are gonna be wild, and then once you're up, you'll just fly through the warehouse like Mike, Sully, and Boo. From everything we've seen so far, the ride seems like it's gonna be very promising. Honestly, Hollywood Studios needs another family coaster to balance out demand on Slinky Dog Dash, and this door coaster will be just that. Now, there are no opening timelines yet for any of Monstropolis, but these are the closing dates to mark down for Muppet Courtyard. May 10th will be the very last day to dine at Mama Melrose, then June 7th will be the last day to dine at Pizza Rizzo and to experience Muppet Vision 3D. Number 7. One of the more controversial changes coming to Walt Disney World is the removal of Rivers of America for a new Cars Rally Race attraction. Well, recently Disney shared more of a sneak peek into the development of this new ride. Imagineering worked with a motocross company to build a custom dirt track to help come up with a combination of elements for the attraction. Essentially, the dirt track was a way to test ideas. What you're seeing is not the final layout, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's very, very similar. Taking into account the concept art that's already been released, the track does give us an idea of what the experience will be like in terms of elevations, elements, and speed. Initially, it was believed that this off-road rally race might be a trackless ride, but a very early model reveals that there will in fact be a track. And obviously, the dirt on the ride path will be just as real as the dirt on the ride path at Kilimanjaro Safaris. It's not dirt at all, and instead they just use concrete. Kilimanjaro Safaris does look very realistic though, and in the end, it'll end up looking a lot like the concept art. Now, the next test Imagineering did was with a custom suspension system, and with all of that data collected, now they're at the point where they can start building the ride vehicle. They will be these 4-seater trucks that will take on the terrain and climb the mountain trails, dodge geysers, and explore the beauty of the land. It appears the intensity of the ride will be along the lines of Dinosaur or Indiana Jones, but I can't see it going overly fast. Now, in the original announcement at D23, it was revealed that there will be a second attraction for smaller racers. And I want to say this is going to be similar to the Cars Flat Ride at the Walt Disney Studios Park in Paris. Honestly, all of Walt Disney World needs more small filler attractions like this, so it's a welcome addition. Now, in terms of when Rivers of America and Tom Sawyer Island will close is still unknown. In my personal opinion though, I think there's a lot more time than we think because there is still no sign of work outside of the berm. Before any work begins in the park, they need to clear all the trees in the purple areas and lay down gravel to use these for construction staging. The permits for these plans have already been approved, but now it's just a matter of beginning the work. We just gotta keep our eye on it. There is no doubt that the removal of the rivers will change the landscape in Frontierland. I will really miss its placemaking and the Liberty Square riverboat, but I am excited for the new direction of Frontierland. Number 6. On May 16th, Disneyland kicks off its 70th anniversary celebration, which is set to run until summer of 2026. The tagline for the 70th is Celebrate Happy, and it was just announced that the Jonas Brothers of all people will be singing the celebration's theme song. You'll be able to meet all your favorite Disney pals in their anniversary outfits on Main Street, and they will also appear in a new cavalcade to celebrate 7 decades at Disneyland. Now, in terms of nighttime entertainment, first off, we have Tapestry of Happiness, which is a new projection show on the facade of It's a Small World. It's going to be in the style of Mary Blair's art, and it'll celebrate attractions and iconic moments from Disneyland's history. Now, on the subject of It's a Small World, when it reopens on April 25th, joining the cast of Disney characters already on the ride will be Miguel and Dante from Coco in the Mexico Room. They're going to fit in perfectly. Then we have the return of the fabulous nighttime spectacular Wondrous Journeys. I am so glad this is returning because it's a perfect show that pulls right at the heartstrings. The soundtrack is flawless and the animation is stunning. plus the Blue Fairy and Baymax Fly. Also part of the nighttime entertainment lineup is the return of the Paint the Night Parade at Disneyland. More than 1 million lights will bring dozens of Disney characters to life in this high-energy parade. This also includes the return of the Frozen float, which was not in the parade while it was at DCA. And speaking of Disney California Adventure, let's head across the Esplanade. For the 70th anniversary celebration, we have the return of Better Together, a Pixar Pals celebration parade, which originally made its debut during Pixar Fest last year. The high-energy parade features a catchy theme song with almost 36 Pixar characters making their way down the parade route in 8 different floats. I really enjoyed this parade last year, and it featured a lot of rare characters. Now at Toy Story Mania, 70th anniversary targets will be added to the ride. Then during the evening, a new rendition of World of Color will debut called World of Color Happiness. The show will be hosted by Joy and the other emotions from Inside Out, as it explores happiness through a kaleidoscope of emotions. It's going to feature moments from Tangled, A Goofy Movie, Turning Red, The Lion King, and many more. As you can see, there will be no shortage of entertainment for Disneyland's 70th anniversary. And all of this kicks off on May 16th. Number 5. Originally, May 16th was also supposed to mark the opening of Walt Disney A Magical Life in the Main Street Opera House, but the opening has been delayed. Walt Disney A Magical Life is now set to open on July 17th to coincide with Disneyland's actual 70th anniversary date. Walt Disney A Magical Life will be a cinematic presentation of Walt Disney's journey, and it's going to feature the first ever audio animatronic of Walt Disney. This will be the most lifelike human animatronic Disney has created, and it was confirmed that all of Walt's dialogue will be taken from archived audio recordings. After the initial run, Walt Disney A Magical Life will run in rotation with Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln. Now, in addition to the new show, 2 brand new exhibits will also be housed in the Main Street Opera House. First is a gallery experience featuring the evolution of Walt Disney's dream of Disneyland through images, art, and artifacts. Then the second one follows the story and history of audio animatronic technology. On display, we'll be able to find animatronics and tech from the days of Walt, leading to the advancement of where animatronic technology is today. As someone who's really interested in audio animatronics, I cannot wait to see what pieces they have on display. Additionally, on top of all this, It's a Small World will also be seeing another change to celebrate Disneyland's 70th anniversary. Last year, for the attraction's 60th anniversary, the late Richard Sherman wrote a new verse for the song. It was actually the last Disney project Richard worked on before his passing. So on July 17th, this new verse will make its debut on the ride. You can hear the new verse in a Disney short called The Last Verse, which will also be shown in the Main Street Opera House. Number 4. There is some big news for Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger spin at Magic Kingdom. Now, if you've been on the ride recently, you'd know it's been feeling a bit tired, and that's all about to change. This classic Tomorrowland ride is about to get its first major upgrade. So here's what you can expect. First up, there's a brand new character joining the mission. Here at the beginning of the ride, the Astro Accelerator will be replaced by a new animatronic named Buddy. He's an original character who will act as target practice to help your laser blaster aim and to give you a quick check before you're off to defeat Emperor Zurg. But that's not all. The ride vehicles are also getting a huge makeover. They're all gonna have a fresh design inspired by Buzz and Star Command, with new video monitors showing your real-time score. Plus, say goodbye to those stationary laser blasters and hello to new handheld blasters equipped with a laser effect to help you aim better. We're gonna have so much more control now. Plus, all the static Z targets are being upgraded and will be interactive. The new tech allows them to light up when hit, adding even more excitement to the mission. The fact that Buzz is getting all these updates means that the ride is definitely sticking around for a bit longer. I honestly wouldn't be surprised to see the queue freshened up as well, and I really hope they rebuild the Buzz Lightyear animatronic. His outer shell has been looking very rough over the last few years, and this is the perfect time to freshen him up. Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin is set to close at an unannounced date this August, and it won't reopen until 2026. Number 3. We finally have opening dates for the 2 shows coming to Disney's Hollywood Studios. Mark your calendars for May 27th because the park will be welcoming Disney Villains Unfairly Ever After at Sunset Showcase and The Little Mermaid: A Musical Adventure at the Animation Courtyard Theater. In Disney Villains Unfairly Ever After, the Magic Mirror is the star of this immersive musical stage show. We're going to be transported into his mysterious reflective realm as he needs our help to figure out which villain has been treated the most unfairly. Cruella de Vil, Captain Hook, and Maleficent will take center stage and plead their case. Plus, dozens of other Disney villains will also make appearances. Disney Live Entertainment shared this video of them setting up the new stage, which looks exactly like the concept art. Disney says the stage will feature the latest technology and there will be new comfortable theater seating, so those bleachers from Lightning McQueen are biting the dust. Then over at the Animation Courtyard Theater, The Little Mermaid: A Musical Adventure will bring the 1989 animated film right on stage. The show will feature dazzling new sets, a slew of new puppets, cutting-edge special effects, new costumes, and a few musical numbers that weren't in Voyage of the Little Mermaid. This includes the show opening with Daughters of Triton, the addition of Kiss the Girl, plus a new scene where Ursula battles Ariel and Prince Eric. Disney said the show will be blending the line between real and digital in ways they've never done before to completely fill the stage and bring Ariel's story to life. Both shows have been confirmed to have multiple performances per day, and I cannot wait to see them in May. Number 2. One of the most anticipated additions at Magic Kingdom is the brand new nighttime parade, Disney Starlight. As it gets closer to its summer opening, Disney keeps teasing us with more and more details. The more they share, the more it reinforces how promising Disney Starlight will be. First off, the poster for the parade that'll find a home under the train station really evokes that classic Disney feel. And it reveals another float. An entire Coco unit will make its way down the parade route, complete with a giant Pepita and Sugar Skull fireworks. It's gonna look stunning when it's lit up, but that's not all. The most recent float we got a peek at features Asha and Valentino from Wish, which will join all the other floats already revealed for the parade. We also learned that the Cosmic Ballroom float with the 4 sets of princesses will be bookended with Royal Court dancers. This, of course, pays tribute to the Royal Court dancers from the Main Street Electrical Parade. Now, it was confirmed that the Blue Fairy, Elsa, and Peter Pan will all have their own floats. So now we are up to 8 floats, and Disney said there is still more to come. I mean, we know we'll get some sort of Mickey and Minnie float, and maybe another one with more classic characters. Disney has also confirmed that the waltzing princesses aren't the only royalty we're gonna see in the parade. My guess is that we might get a float with Rapunzel and the floating lanterns, or maybe even a float with Aladdin and Jasmine on the magic carpet. Both of these would complement the theme of the parade really well, but honestly, the possibilities of characters are endless. The opening is still set for later this summer, and we're just gonna have to keep our eyes peeled for an official opening date. Number 1. Here at Walt Disney World, there are a few other projects with small updates, so here we go. First off, the new bar at Spaceship Earth will be called Geo 82. Unlike other bars and lounges in the parks, Geo 82 will be an adult-only space, so it will be restricted to guests aged 21 and over. Now here at the bar, you'll get a chance to indulge in some cocktails, small bites, and take in the spectacular views of World Celebration. It still sounds like Geo 82 will open this spring. Then across the way at Test Track, you might just hear the roar of cars along the track because they just recently began testing ride vehicles during the day. This is a really good sign for what's happening inside, and crews are also making great progress on that awning. We still haven't received any more concept art or info on the ride, but Test Track is still slated to open late summer this year. Over at Animal Kingdom, It's Tough to Be a Bug closed on March 16th, and Disney is already working on the Tree of Life Theater to welcome Zootopia Better Together this winter. Then in Dinoland, demolition on Dinorama is well underway. Essentially, all the structures have been removed and everything that needed to be demolished is gone. They are not wasting any time here since they of course are making way for tropical Americas. Now in terms of Dinoland's extinction, it was confirmed by Disney that we can now expect Dinosaur, the Boneyard, and Restaurantosaurus to all remain open for 2025, and the entire land will close in 2026. Lastly, over at Magic Kingdom, they are making very good progress on Big Thunder Mountain. Now the ride is closed until 2026 as they install brand new track and add additional enhancements to the coaster. There is a lot of active work going on here, and from the Liberty Bell and the train, you can see all the new track that's already been installed. Once that's complete, the next step would be to install the wood trusses, but overall, they are making really great progress so far. So there you have it, those are all the updates for Walt Disney World and Disneyland. Now, what are you looking forward to the most? I'd love to know. Leave a comment down below to start a conversation, and don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed the video.